Liseberg, Scandinavia's crown jewel of thrills. From the legendary launch coaster Helix to the relentless airtime of Boulder, this Nordic theme park blends world-class coasters with stunning city views over Gothenburg. This is my third visit and I'm diving back into the action for re-rides on the best attractions, checking out the progress on the new for 2025 attraction Schwarzkopf, plus a behind-the-scenes look that you won't want to miss. So let's drop into Liseberg. Well, it's so good to be back here at Liseberg. This is my third visit here. It's a park I really enjoy. I mean, it's the obvious starting point, isn't it? And as it's still early, we might as well jump up the stairs to Helix in atmosphere before it gets too busy. But what I love about this, as you come up this escalator, you get the real history of Liseberg on the sides here. So up 2 escalators we've gone to go and get into the queue for Helix. So Helix probably doesn't need much of an introduction. It's Mack Rides mega coaster, opened here a number of years ago. It's a really impressively put together and constructed ride. 7 inversions, 2 launches. Let's go do Helix. Into Helix's labyrinthian queue line. The queue line itself is like a work of art. Where are we going? We're just being taken all around. Helix is a Mack Rides multi-launch coaster that opened at Liseberg in 2014 and almost instantly became an icon. This engineering marvel crams in a whopping 4,500 feet of track into a relatively small space as it dives up and down the hillside, weaving between other attractions, offering 7 inversions and 2 launches along the way. Helix reaches a speed of 62 miles per hour and provides fantastic, if fleeting, views of Gothenburg from its highest point of 134.5 feet. But enough chat, let's ride. Always good to get back on Helix. That's such a good roller coaster. 7 inversions, some of them really good. Obviously the launches don't hit that hard. It is in that older era of Mack launch coasters, but I haven't quite got those punchy launches that you see on Rides Happiness and Voltron. But yeah, it's still a very good coaster. I'm not sure if it's quite as elite as some people rate it, but still well worth coming here for. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but for some reason they're playing the soundtrack from E.T. I'm at a loss to explain that one. So park hours today are 12 PM till 8 PM, which is quite cool hours, I think. A lot of the rides don't open until 1 o'clock though, so we're sort of wandering, trying to find, I think it's just the main big rides open and everything else open at 1. So I think we're probably going to do Valkyria or Boulder next. But yeah, I love wandering around that sort of up on the hill area there. It's so cool, really nice. It's just that none of the actual rides are open yet, so I'll show you it a bit later on. Well, it's time for some Intamin prefab woody goodness next, so we're going to ride Boulder. And that is not a comment on anybody's receding hairlines. Well, much like Helix, it is a station wait, and one thing I didn't mention on Helix is they were already running 3 trains right out of the gate, which is fantastic to see. Those are the kind of operations you want at all theme parks. They're having to manually pull the train back to the station. Boulder is one of only 4 Intamin prefabricated wooden coasters ever built. Let me know in the comments if you can name the other 3. This airtime machine opened at Liseberg in 2003 and stands at 118 feet tall, taking riders to speeds of 55 miles an hour during a compact course that mostly comprises airtime hills and turns, but it's a lot of fun. So let's take a ride.
Amanda, vill du pausa spänningen lite tack?
Well, after the slight concern of seeing the train before us get manually walked back into the station by ride staff, we were actually on pretty quickly. And again, operation's really good here. There's like 6 ride staff operating Boulder today, so trains flying out as quick as they can, and that's even with the fairly lengthy kind of manual check of the seat belts before the restraints come down, all that sort of thing. But yeah, Boulder's great. It's Intamin prefabricated, so it does have that smoothness to it. There's some punchy airtime throughout. I don't think it's quite in the same league as El Toro or Colossus, the other 2 prefabs I've ridden, purely because I think the pacing of both of those is so much better than this. Because this is quite compact, every time you build up a head of steam, you're sort of turning back on yourself, so you don't quite get that real breakneck speed that you do on the others. But this is still, you know, one of the best wooden coasters in Europe, and a magnificent entry for the park. Anyway, directly opposite, we've got Valkyria, which is the B&M dive coaster, so we're going to go and do that next. Valkyria is a B&M dive coaster that opened at Liseberg in 2018, which stands at 154 feet tall but has a 164 foot drop which dives under the ground. Valkyria reaches speeds of over 65 miles per hour, sending riders through 3 glass smooth inversions. But enough from me, let's ride.
Oh my god.
Views up here.
Oh.
Woo! Oh! I'm a big fan of Valkyria. It's one of the best B&M dive coasters out there, I think. It manoeuvres really well. Having those 6 across trains does make a lot of difference, but it's smooth, it's elegant, it's got 3 inversions, it takes them all really well. I think that's one of the better B&M dive coasters out there, and I love getting on that. It's a really re-rideable coaster. And right now, we're going to go and get into the queue for Loki, which is the huge Intamin gyro swing here. If you watch the channel, you know how much I love Intamin gyros. Really looking forward to getting back on this. Let's go and do a gyro. One other thing about Valkyria I just need to mention is this does use paid lockers, so you will have to dump your bag in a locker first. That costs 5 SEK, 5 krona, which is not ideal until you realise that's literally about 40p, so it's not going to break the bank. Oh, Loki's a beast. Those Intamin gyros are absolutely world-class, thrilling flat rides. You're so exposed, you feel so much force. They are absolutely incredible. Like, it's the best flat ride around, I think. And the fact that we're getting one of these at Blackpool Pleasure Beach next year is mental. I don't think the people of Blackpool are ready. Are they ready for anything? Going off on a bit of a tangent there, aren't I? Sorry, residents of Blackpool. Well, coming very soon to Liseberg is Kraftwerk, which is the brand new Huss Breakdance 5 properly nicely themed to steampunk. Doesn't this look lovely? And this should be opening either late May or early June. I know that some people really enjoy golf, but would you go as far as to call yourself a golf slag? I'm a big fan of this little marina area around here. It kind of feels a little bit away from the theme park, away from the rides. Its own little space. It's very chilled and relaxed. Boats on the water, restaurants and bars around. Yeah, I love that the park has little spots like this. Hi, I'm Brian Davidson, and you should like this video, or I'm going to uncross my arms unceremoniously. So we've just had lunch in Wardschaus behind us there, which is like Liseberg's top-rated restaurant. That was actually really good. I had a charred pork shoulder on like a salad of like red onion and cabbage and apple and stuff, and that came to like £14. And you think, how have we got it so bad in the UK with our awful Aramark trashy prison food and stuff like that, when you can come abroad and get actually really high quality food for pretty good value? So yeah, that was really good. Highly recommend that. We're going to go and let our food go down by a bit of a dark ride action. We've got a rabbit based sort of family dark ride. It's pretty cool. We're going to go and do that next. And if you just fancy an afternoon nap, they got you covered here as well. That's actually plastic, so don't be deceived by how comfy it actually looks. I imagine it's not going to be nice to sleep on. And here we have the world's smallest roller coaster. I mean, that is a seriously compact footprint, isn't it? So into the Underland we go. We're going down a lift into the underground. Oh, oh. Take note, Merlin, this is how you keep a trommel tunnel operational. So just relaxing on this deceptively uncomfortable plastic chair, having just ridden Underland it, or Underland, which I presume is the translation. There's some interesting sound effects going on around me. I feel like I'm in some kind of children's cartoon. But that's good. It's such a fun little quirky dark ride. I have no idea what's going on. There's rabbits involved. There's some kind of evil character, I think, is trying to catch them or something. And they defeat him by sending him down some pipes. He gets stuck down a toilet upside down and ends up in pipes. That's how it goes for him, and that's why you should never be evil to rabbits. They're just cute little creatures trying to get by in life. If you just treat them with respect, you're not going to end up in a sewage system. Look at him hiding behind the tree there. Can't trust him at all. Back up the escalators we go, this time for Atmosphere, the huge drop tower here at Liseberg. Into Atmosphere we go. Well, Atmosphere is a hell of a drop tower. It's so high up, the views of Gothenburg are astounding. And then you just plummet and it feels like you plummet forever. And just after that we did Upswing It, which is the screaming swing here. And if you sit on the side facing this way, then you swing out directly above the tracks of both Helix and Lisebergbanan, which is quite spectacular and intimidating. So two really thrilling rides here, and well worth checking out. So just outside the Liseberg Grand Curiosa Hotel here, going in for a little bit of a tour. Let's go and explore. Oh, this is very impressive in here, isn't it? Definitely gone for a sort of oriental theme. So this is the on-site hotel here at Liseberg, the Grand Curiosa. This only opened last year. It's been really well received so far. So yeah, really exciting to go and have a quick bit of a look around. And look, you can even get down from your top floors by coming down via a slide. How cool's that? So they even have a cinema here at the Grand Curiosa Hotel. This is really cool. Yeah, just a boardroom with a secret door. We're going to the back cave, I think. Oh wow. And into another secret little bar area. Wow! How cool is this? So we're here inside one of the guest bedrooms here at the Grand Curiosa. This is one of these standard rooms. It comes with a full-size double bed. Sort of decent-sized bathroom. And then a bunk bed for the kids as well. So a really decent sized room. And now we're checking out one of the suites, and this is really plush. Check this out. Really decent sized, with a little balcony too. And so you have a sort of master bedroom that has the ensuite bathroom, as well as the little cove with the bunk beds too. And then there's a second bedroom. Obviously you've got a master bathroom too with a tub. And then there's a second bedroom with a chaise longue. This is a very, very plush little suite. So we're up here in the bistro now on the top floor of the Gran Curiosa, checking out some of the restaurants. This is kind of the more standard sit down. As we go through here into the Chinese garden, we have the more sort of fine dining. Yeah, what a lovely space this is. So we do stay here at Gran Curiosa. This is where you could be eating your dinner. And now we're up here on the rooftop garden. Look at some of the views up here. Great views of Boulder down there in Valkyria. So they actually have the original Grand Carousel from Liseberg here. This is over 100 years old. It was restored and then decorated up especially for the hotel. In fact, this whole room was designed for the carousel to sit in. So really cool to see Liseberg kind of paying homage to their history. And like Pontus just said, hopefully this will continue for another 100 years. So we're just here inside the Valkyria maintenance shed. This is really cool. Getting a real look at how they load the trains out and all the various wheels. Just been shown that actually they still have all the wheels left from B&M when this still first opened. That's how reliable B&M parts are. How cool. But there's also things I'm not allowed to show you. I'd just like to extend a huge thank you to Pontus here at Liseberg, who's just given us a couple of hours of his time today, taking us on a tour of the Gran Curiosa Hotel. We've been backstage at Valkyria into the maintenance shed and behind the scenes there, as well as being allowed to film on ride and just have a catch up and chat roller coasters with him. So yeah, awesome, really, really appreciative, and really enjoyed that. Interesting, entertaining, awesome stuff. Lisebergbanan is a classic Schwarzkopf and Sierra terrain-based coaster that's been a staple of Liseberg since it opened in 1987. This coaster drops riders from a height of almost 148 feet, reaching a top speed of 49.7 miles per hour as it hurtles down and around the hillside. So just got our ride on Lisebergbanan. First ride here today of that. That's still a classic, Schwarzkopf and Sierra combining. So Sierra took over the company, and so they're able to kind of keep it maintained and running pretty nicely. It's a little bit rattly in places. It's not as smooth as Schwarzkopf, but it is fun, it is forceful, and it is a classic, and I really enjoy riding it, so it's great to get back on it. It's Nebula's time. We're going to go and ride Hagula. I probably butchered the name of that, but I always love a Nebulous. So that was fun, I always enjoy a Nebulous, and now we're going to go and do Luna, which is the Vekoma family boomerang, the most recent roller coaster investment here at Liseberg. This is pretty good fun too. Let's go ride. Luna is a Vekoma family boomerang and the most recent addition to Liseberg's collection of coasters, opening in 2023 for Liseberg's centenary year. This is based up on Liseberg Hill, so Luna's height of 109 feet is elevated further, and riders hit a top speed of 42 miles per hour as they drop off the lift hill and race through the station. Luna, a Vekoma family boomerang, and also the name of 80% of black cats. But that's pretty good fun. It's very short. It's one of the shorter boomerang layouts, but I quite enjoy it. I love the colour of the track and the station with the sort of the sky observatory and that sort of stuff. Really cool. Anyway, we're going to go up and do the big wheel now, get some fantastic views down of the park and of Gothenburg. So I'll take you up there with us. Some views on the big wheel there. So just to note, if you do come here to Liseberg, there's sort of a couple of pricing options. You can come in and just visit the park and not ride anything. If you do want to ride things, you get a wristband, and you do have to show this on every ride you get onto, so just bear that in mind. It's not a hassle, but it's something you do have to do. Also, they don't have any kind of fast pass system here. They do have a virtual queue which you can book through the app, but no fast pass means that the queues tend to move really quickly. For the last sort of 2 hours a day, everything's been on like a 0 to 10 minute queue, which is great. Well, thank you for joining me for a lovely day here at Liseberg in the beautiful city of Gothenburg in Sweden. And it's been a really fantastic day here. Managed to get on just about all of the major attractions and rides. I think the standouts are the big 3 roller coasters, Helix, Boulder and Valkyria. Really love atmosphere as well. Loki's one of the best flat rides in the world, and also fantastic to spend a couple of hours with Pontus and having a tour of sort of the backstage areas of Valkyria and that sort of thing. So massive thank you again for that. That's really appreciated. In terms of ticket pricing, I actually got a bit of a bargain and managed to pick up tickets during a discounted period, and that came to 290 krona per ticket, which is like £24, which is really good value. But even ordinarily, you're looking at about 399 krona, which works out just around 30 quid. So yeah, I think it's a great value park. I think the operating hours are really cool. With it being open till 8 o'clock at night, that's good. And the operations here in general are fantastic. They really do prioritise guest experience, get as many trains out on the tracks as they can. And I'm really impressed with this place. I do think it is one of the top parks in Europe. It is very much deserved of its reputation. So thank you very much for watching. And if you'd like to watch my vlog from yesterday's trip to Tusenfried, that's up on the screen now. Thank you very much. I'll catch you next time.